Yuvraj saying 25. No, Yuvraj, don't subtract. Only multiply with 2 the first term. That is 12. Answer is 24. Okay. Now, let me rub this so that we can start with the topic. One second, eraser. This was doubt of Videshri. So now rubbing this. Let's start today's discussion. One second. We take the pen. Okay. What is in chat? Yes. Sir, your voice is very low. Please check your connection, beta Sarthak. So we have done this much. Let's start today's topic. Okay. Now, okay. The property that we are going to do first is finding squares without actually multiplying it. So suppose you have a question that find 23 square. Now to find 23 square, we all know it's very easy. It is simply 23 into 23. This is the direct method in which what we do, we multiply them like this. 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, and answer is 6 6 12, 529 is the answer. This is the direct way where we multiply. Suppose question comes without direct method or without actual multiplication. In that case, what we can do is we can take this 23 square as 20 plus 3 square, because it is easy for us to find square of 20. It is easy for us to find square of 3. They both are easy numbers, but 23 we cannot tell directly. We can tell square of 20 very easily, square of 3 very easily, but not of 23. Now you must be thinking answer is 20 square plus 3 square. Wrong. It is not the answer. Actually, we can write this as 20 plus 3 square means it is 20 plus 3 multiplied with 20 plus 3. Please tell me, is it clear till this point? Please tell me, is it clear till this point? Yes. Okay. Tell me one more thing. Okay, repeat. Okay, I'm repeating better. Repeating. See. One second. Don't type now. I've done the full screen. I won't be able to read this. The thing is, I can write 99 as either 100 minus 1 or 90 plus 9. I can write similarly 23 as 20 plus 3. What we are doing is we are breaking the number in two parts which are easy for us to find square. Okay, because 23 square we have to solve to find the answer, but 20 plus 3 are the easy numbers. First thing, then what we are doing is it is square. We say a square means a into a. Similarly, if we write b square, that means b into b. If I write 20 plus 3 whole square, that means 20 plus 3 into 20 plus 3. Now, is it clear to you? Please tell me. As we write a square equal to a into a, in the similar way, I have written 20 plus 3 whole square is equal to 20 plus 3 into 20 plus 3. That's it. It's very easy. Now, we will use the distributive property. Now, we will use the distributive property to find the answer. Okay. I hope you all remember distributive property. Yes. You remember? Now let's see how to solve using distributive property. Let's see. So what we do in distributive property, we take the first bracket 20. First we multiply 20 in the complete bracket, then plus sign, then 3 in the complete bracket, like this. 20 bracket 20 plus 3 plus 3, 20 plus 3. Very simple distributive property. What I have done is, suppose you have two numbers A plus B into C plus D. What we do, how we solve this? We take A, multiply in the second term, plus B multiply in second term, that is C plus, one second, C plus D. That's it. This is known as distributive property, where we take the first number multiply second bracket, second number multiply second bracket. That's it. Here also the same thing. So 20, this first number multiply with second bracket, then 3 multiply with second bracket as it is. Now 20 20s are is very easy for us. All of you, it's very easy. 20 20s are 400. Then plus sign is there. 23s are very simple, 60. 3 20s are 60. 3 3s are 9. Now add them. We will have 9 at the unit place. 6 plus 6, 12. 1 will be carried and we will get 529, which was same earlier also. I hope it is clear to everyone. Please confirm. Yes, it was very easy. I will take one more example for you. I will take one more example for you to make this clear. It is very easy. Ananya, I will take one more example. Don't worry. If you want to repeat this, you can see on the recording in the YouTube again. Okay. I am taking one more example for you. Ananya, please see the next example. It will be easy for you to understand. Yes, Rachit. Whatever I am doing here is a labor from my side. Yes, Jishan, it is lengthier, but it is easier. It is easier in a way that you don't have to do calculation of multiplication on the right side. You are doing multiplication in your mind only. Yes, Jishan, are you getting this? 23 square you cannot find without solving. But this way, you don't need any solution. You can just find and add them. Okay. Now, let's see the next example. Suppose I give you 53 square, or let's take 57 square. Second example, 57 square. If you find directly, it will be like this. 7 sevens are 49, 4 carried, 7 5 35 plus 4, 35 plus 4 39, cross will come, 5 7 35, 25 plus 3 is 28. Answer coming is 9, 14, 8 plus 4 is 12, 3 2 4 9. Now if the question is saying don't find using direct multiplication, you have to go for the other method. We will try to write this number as sum of, all of you please tell, what will you write this number as? Sir, what we call this property, but I will tell you. 60 minus 3. Okay, Krishna, it's okay. 60 minus 3 is okay. Good. 50 plus 7 is correct. 60 minus 3 is correct. Okay. We will try to be positive first. Okay. Because being positive is always liked by us. Being positive is always liked by us. Krishna, you are absolutely correct. The only thing is, in negative signs, sometimes we do a mistake. So I will do the question by both the methods. By all of you, like 50 plus 7, and by Krishna way also, that is 60 minus 3. I will solve the question by both the methods. Let's see. By the first method, if I take this number as 50 plus 7 whole square, it can be written as 50 square, sorry, we can write this as 50 plus 7 into 50 plus 7. Now applying the distributive property, this 50 will multiply with this complete bracket. So 50 into 50 plus 7, then we have a plus sign, then we have 7. 7 multiplied with complete bracket, 50 plus 7. Now solve this very easy. 50 into 50 is 25, and there are two zeros, so double zero. plus 5 sevens are 35, 1 0 is there, 0 will come, plus 7 fives are 35, 0 is there, 0 will come, 7 sevens are 49. Now add the unit place, 9 will come at the unit place, then 4, 9, 14 and 0. So 4 will come, 1 will be carried over here, 5 plus 1 6, 9, 12, 2 will come, 1 is carried, 3. So I hope you understood the method. Now Ananya, please confirm. Is it clear? Is it clear, beta? Good, Darpan, very good. Ananya, is it clear, beta? In the meantime, those who have done, please try 60 minus 3. Sir, give 3-digit odd numbers. Okay, Abhinav. You can try that on your own. All of you, please try with the same time 60 minus 3 whole square. We are doing it with the method of Krishna assumption. Krishna took 57 as 60 minus 3. That is also very easy, but negative is coming, so be more cautious because negative is like a fire. Okay, now let's start the next way by Krishna method. Suppose you also have thought in Krishna way that 57 can be written as 60 minus 3. In that case, no issue. It is same. Write like this. 60 minus 3 whole square is same as 60 minus 3 into 60 minus 3. Now, same procedure. We will take the first number, that is 60, into second bracket. So 60 into 60 minus 3. Then we have a minus sign. So minus sign will come. Then we have 3 will come into the bracket. Very simple. Now take care. 60 into 60. 6 6 are 36 and double zeros are there. Then 6 3s are negative sign is there. 63s are negative. So minus will come. 6 3s are 18. 0 will come. 3 into 60 is again 180. But negative sign is there. So minus will come. Minus 3 into minus 3 is plus 9. So we have got answer like this. The issue is now we have mixed signs, positive as well as negative. It will increase the time to solve. It will increase the time to solve. So better is if you take plus values. Okay, Krishna? But let's see. Let's add these two. It become 3 6 0 9. Add these two. They become 0 8 8 16 and 3. Now solve them. 9 minus 0 is 9. 10 minus 6 is 4. 5 minus 3 is 2. And finally, answer is 3 2 4 9. Is it clear to all of you? It was very easy, but the sign negative can do mistakes sometimes. Negative signs are a little bit difficult to do with. No, just not important. You can go with the plus way. Plus way is always easy. Plus is always easy for us. Multiply is always easy for us. Subtraction and division always confuses us. Addition, multiplication are always loved by us. But so please give one more. Okay, but I guess we don't have that much time now, so that we can take. Now we will start with triplets of Pythagoras. Yes, Abhinav, I'm starting that only. Next topic, Pythagorean triplet. Let's start. Now, be silent, be ready, be cautious. I'm going to start the next very important topic, that is Pythagorean triplet. Pythagorean triplet. In this case, nothing to do with Python, that snake. It is related to Mr. Pythagoras, a scientist. He gave a theorem which is known as Pythagoras theorem. If you remember, in the last class, we discussed it also. Pythagoras theorem is used in right angle triangles like this. If you have a right angle triangle, I have told you, if angle B is the right angle, which side is hypotenuse? All of you please answer. If angle B is the right angle, which side is hypotenuse? Which side is hypotenuse? Very good, Ananya. Very good, Rachit. Bhavya, good beta. Hiteshri, correct. All of you please answer. If angle B is right angle, which side is hypotenuse? Very good beta. Very good. Not big side. You should say the side opposite to. Who is saying AB? AB is wrong beta. The side opposite to angle B. The side opposite to angle B is the hypotenuse. Okay. Let's see. We have done this in class 7th also. The side opposite to right angle is hypotenuse. And amongst these two sides, anyone can be base, anyone can be perpendicular, but normally we take the lower one as base and the upper one as perpendicular. Okay, so we have understood what is a hypotenuse, what is a perpendicular, what is a base. After that, we have to understand what is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is very simple. It is a relation between hypotenuse, perpendicular and base, and it says hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. This is simple formula by Pythagoras, by which we can find any unknown side. If you have a right angle triangle, if you know two sides, you can easily find the third side with the help of this formula, that is hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. Now, what is Pythagorean triplet? This combination, we can say triplet means group of hypotenuse, perpendicular and base. You can see there are three numbers. So these three in a combination are known as Pythagorean triplet. Okay, because they follow the formula h square equal to p square plus b square. So any three numbers which follow Pythagoras theorem, they are known as Pythagorean triplets. Those three are child of Pythagoras. Like that you can understand. I hope till this point it is clear to all of you. I hope till this point it is clear to you that three numbers are said to be Pythagorean triplets if they follow Pythagoras theorem. Yes, all of you, correct? Now we have to understand what is the relation. Yes, Harshul, you are correct. We have to understand what is the relation. So I will start with the example and then we will generalize it. Okay, I will introduce you 2-3 examples and then we will find a pattern. We will try to find a pattern in those examples and then we can do the formula. Okay, now let's start. Yes, Krishna, you are correct, but I will tell you how this formula came. Yes, triplet means 3. Harshul, correct. Now see. Now let's take an example. If I take numbers 2, 3 and 4, please tell me, are these three Pythagorean triplet? Are these three Pythagorean triplet? Please check. We all know the longest side is always the hypotenuse. Now try to use the formula h square equal to p square plus b square and check. Are they coming equal? If they are coming equal, that means they are Pythagorean triplet. Rachit saying no. Yes, saying no. Yes, it is no, because 4 square is not equal to 2 square plus 3 square. Very good. We can say they are not Pythagorean triplet. Now please try with 3, 4, 5. Please tell me 3, 4, 5, are these three a Pythagorean triplet? Please check. Apply the theorem and tell me. Yes, Sarthak still saying no. No beta, yeah, Sarthak, this time they are triplets. Dhanishta, they are triplets beta, check again. You can take this 5 as hypotenuse. You can take this 5 as hypotenuse. You can take this 3 and 4 as perpendicular and base, and you can check that 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. Let's check. 5 square is 25, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, and if you add 9 and 16 you will get 25. So these three are Pythagorean triplets because they are following the Pythagoras theorem. Dhanishta, is it clear now that they are Pythagorean triplets? Dhanishta, please tell. Dhanishta, please tell. Yes. Now I will tell you to find the pattern. How to find the pattern? Okay. We will try to find the pattern. Let's see. It's very easy. Yes, I know. Let's see how to find the pattern. Now we are trying to make a formula. Now we are trying to make a formula that will help us in every question. Okay, let's see how to make the formula. Just now we have seen that this, 3, 4, 5 are Pythagorean triplet because they are Pythagorean triplet because 5 square equal to 3 square plus 4 square. Now let's write. If I write this 4 as 2 into 2, if I write this 3 as 2 square minus 1, if I write this 5 as, in terms of 2 only, 2 square plus 1. So you observe this 2. Let me show you. This 2, and this 2 in the brackets, they are same. We are trying to find a relation. What I have done, I have written 4 as 2 into 2. I have written 3 as 2 square minus 1 because 4 minus 1 is 3 only. I have written 5 as 2 square plus 1. So I am trying to write these numbers in terms of, yes, 2. So I can say, if I take 2 as m, if I take 2 equal to m, I can say this is 2m, this is 2m square minus 1, and this is 2m square. Sorry. 1 second. Let me write this. It is only m square minus 1. 1 second. It is m square minus 1, and this is m square plus 1. So class, are you able to understand what I am doing? I am trying to find a pattern. Please tell, are you able to understand what I am doing? Yes. No. Okay. Yes, Harshul, correct. So I am trying to find a pattern. 2m, m square minus 1, m square plus 1. Sarthak, I am taking one more example. Don't worry. I am taking one more example. Let me take one more example. Suppose I take 1 second. Okay, let's take 6, 8, and 10. Okay, Giriraj. I'm taking one more example. Now, please try with 6, 8, and 10. If I take 6, 8, 10, we have to check whether they are triplets or not. So we have to check longest choid square should be equal to 6 square plus 8 square. Let's check. It is 100, it is 36, it is 64. So 100 equal to 100, correct? That means they are Pythagorean triplets. Now, can I write this 8 as one second. Can I write this 8 as 2 into 4? Can I write the 6 as 4 square minus 1 second. One mistake is there, I think. It is 4 into 2. 2m, m is 4. 6, 8 and 10. Okay, I have to take this one. Sorry. I can write this 6 as 2 into 3. I can write 8 as 3 square minus 1. I can write 10 as 3 square plus 1. So I have found this 3 is the link. I have found that this 3 is the link. Or you can say it is 2m or m square minus 1 or m square plus 1. So if you are able to write the three numbers as 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1, then you can say they are Pythagorean triplet because they follow the theorem, which is I hope this is clear to you. These three are the Pythagorean triplet. Now we will apply this in one question and then you are free to solve the question on your own. 8-1 was right. No beta, 8-1 was not right. We have to take the 6 only. Yes, I am taking a question. Don't worry. Let me take a question for you. Let's take question number 2 of 6.2 exercise. Exercise 6.2. Question number. Okay. Let's take an example only. Example 12. Example number 3. It is saying find a Pythagorean triplet. Find a Pythagorean triplet in which one member is 12. So we have to find two other numbers. We know 12. We want to find other two numbers so that we get a Pythagorean triplet. I have told you the formula is very simple. The number should be of the form 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So can we compare these two? If we compare these two, we can find the value of m. We can say that 2m is equal to 12. This gives m equal to 6. When we have found m equal to 6, we can easily find the second number. So second number is m square minus 1, that is 6 square minus 1, 36 minus 1, 35. And the third number will be given by m square plus 1, that is 6 square plus 1, which is 37. This is a simple process of the question. Now, if you have any doubts, I request you to go through the lecture one more time in the YouTube channel. It will be very easy for you. Just follow the formula and you can find the remaining two very easily. Okay? It is very easy topic. Just go through the topic one more time. Okay? Now, switch on your videos.